To the way that you relate to potential romantic partners, because it's building bonds with new people, right? And that can be scary, especially if you've been through some stuff and you were taught that connection isn't safe. But what we've found now is that connection is safe, right? We've talked about inner child and we've gone, hey, that's not what's happening now. I've got you and I'm going to take care of you and everything's okay and you're safe. So how are you at making new friends? Like, do you need some new friends in your life? How are you at connection with people? How are you at starting conversations with people? How are you when you meet new people, when you're at the gym or you're at your community group or you're at a new job, whether you're the one that's new or someone else is new? How are you at like going up to people and introducing yourself and being confident in that and being confident in yourself and feeling safe with the other person? Obviously using your discernment, because some people are not emotionally healthy and we need to be aware of that. But in general, like, we can really create some situations with new people and instantly shut it down in our heads and go, oh, they're not my kind of person. Well, how do you know? You haven't even talked to them, right? How are you at going, hey, I'm really glad we met at that event. By the way, do you want to go out for coffee? Just like asking people, right? Starting that new connection, because that's absolutely related to how you create connection and nurture connection. It's that nurturing side, right? That really beautiful feminine side. And if you're not able to do that with friendships, doing that with relationships is going to be incredibly difficult as well, because it's about connection. It's about a certain level of emotional intimacy, a certain level of vulnerability, a certain side of like allowing yourself to be seen and knowing that it's safe to do that and feeling safe to do that and just taking a risk and not being quite so picky with people, not shutting people down, being a bit more open-minded, a bit more open-hearted. And you never know, you might find out things about people that you really like. And we can be really judgmental. Like, we can see the girl in the gym and be like, oh, she's not my kind of person, she's like lifting the same weights as me and we're competing, when actually that might not be the case. It just became really clear that my perception was actually not accurate at all. So there we go, there's an honest tale that happened recently of me being judgy, and what I was judging was not what was transpiring. So we've got to call ourselves out sometimes and realize that we can be pushing connection away and stopping connection from forming because we're shutting it down with judgments, and we're actually just really afraid of connection when we do that. And so we're like, oh no, they're this and they're that, and I wouldn't really want to be friends with them. When actually we're just a little bit afraid that what if we do like them and they don't like us back and we feel like we're 12 again? You know, it's that inner teenager. What is even going on here? So the pattern for me was toxic friends. And I had to really look at this pattern and be like, why is this playing out, and where did this come from? I know where it comes from. But the reason I tell you that, I guess, is to really give you context, give you real world examples, and let you know that, like, I'm human and this is my work and this is why I teach on it. And it's so much more than just relationships. It's about how we relate to our fellow people and how we manage our own triggers and how we manage conflict, and also what was conflict resolution like in your family home. If conflict resolution was kind of non-existent, if people either bottled it up and then exploded, or people just brushed it under the rug and ignored it, or a combination of all of the above, then you're really not going to have been taught any conflict resolution skills. So now it's your job to understand that. So let me try and give you some journaling prompts here of how you can work through this. So let's get these questions for you. Okay, there's a bit of a hair-win situation, but nonetheless, we're going to persevere. So the questions are, number one, what is this bringing up in me? What is this bringing up in me? 2, how does this make me feel? 2, how does this make me feel? And 3, what does this remind me of? What does this remind me of? And from there, you're going to be able to establish what the trigger is, how you're feeling right now, what emotions it's bringing up, and the source of this, like when it happened. And then you can go through the process of saying things like, what has actually occurred. In fact,